Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Nalo and today's video is going to be taking a look at the Steam Summer Sale that is currently upcoming or should be about started by the time this video is released. So hopefully this video is going to be informative for making your decision on whether you want to go ahead and invest in the Steam Summer Sale or not. Let's take a quick look at the sponsor for today's video, which is skinwallet.com. Skinwallet is a pretty new site to the overall CSGO marketplace, but it does have much cheaper prices in the Steam community market. So if you want to go ahead and buy some investments on there, it's going to be a very cheap way to do so. They have a very nice UI and it's a very clean site to go ahead and use. So if you want to go ahead and check them out, be sure to use the link in the description below. Thanks. So if you've been investing for a while now, and for the past few years at least, you probably have already figured out that the summer sale is actually not really dropping skins very much at all, and skins actually tend to be pretty stagnant during the entirety of the summer sale itself, and the only time that skins actually decline in price is when people pre-sell them in order to invest in the upcoming summer sale. It's kind of a big idea of the summer sale is going to be a great time to invest into CSGO skins, so everybody kind of quick sells off their inventory or gets a bunch of liquids to quick sell in order to go ahead and get a nice stock going once the summer sale actually starts. But once the summer sale starts, people aren't actually doing what they have been in previous years, which is selling their skins in order to buy games. In recent years, we've actually seen that people aren't really too interested in doing this anymore, and most people just fund their Steam wallets directly if they're going to buy any games during the summer sale itself, and most skins don't really get sold. Now, for investment's sake, I hope that this summer sale is different than the previous few years now, but really it's been a lot more focus on skins themselves and not really on games, which has caused a lot of people to kind of pre-sell their skins and not really see anything to buy for a cheap price once the summer sale actually starts. Now luckily one skin is a pretty good model to show if there is pre-selling going on or if people are actually just selling their skins in order to buy games that go on sale during the summer sale, and this skin is the AK-47 Redline. As you can see by the monthly graph for the AK-47 Redline here, prices have been slowly declining as the summer sale has been approaching now, and they've actually kind of bottomed out over the past day or so, which is basically right when the summer sale is supposed to start. Now before we move on, I wanted to answer one question you may have, which is what's the big deal? If people are pre-selling the skins, that means they're going to be cheap before the summer sale starts and not during the summer sale, so it's still a good time to invest before the summer sale starts. And that's absolutely true. You can basically profit off of people that are expecting the summer sale to have really low prices by buying their pre-sold skins, which is a pretty good idea actually. If we look at previous years, the AK-47 Redline definitely went down in price for the summer sale, but it definitely wasn't because of the summer sale itself. It was actually more because people were just pre-selling in order to invest. Whether this was for games or for investing, it doesn't really matter because it still did recover after the dip in price and there was a profit margin to be made there. It's just during the summer sale itself, prices don't really dip very much at all and they kind of stay very consistent and pretty stagnant, and there isn't really many profit margins to be made if you're pre-selling in order to buy skins. So what's the recommended plan of action? Well, firstly, you're not really going to want to be buying skins during the sale itself. That's just going to be a lot of stagnant prices and even some potential rises in prices, so there isn't really going to be anything cheap to buy into. I would actually rather recommend that you buy into skins before the summer sale starts and you go ahead and buy some of these pre-sold skins because they're going to be a lot cheaper than anything during the summer sale itself, as a lot of people are probably going to get baited into investing, as has happened with previous years. Since this has been happening for so many years, people that are still pushing the narrative of buying into the summer sale as a good investment opportunity are people that really haven't been looking at the market very much and probably don't know very much about investing. And with sort of a meta shift towards people buying on Buff rather than the Steam community market because prices are so much cheaper on third-party marketplaces, there's just not really a lot of good investment opportunities during the summer sale anymore, especially not on Steam. Speaking of Buff, let's take a look at it. Now because of restrictions on Buff's website, you can't actually look past 3 months, so I can only view 3-month data and I can't see any further past that, so unfortunately we can't look at previous summer sale dates, but we can look to see if there's any pre-selling going on Buff itself. I've went ahead and marked out the minimums with that red line as you can see there, and as you can see the lowest minimum on the graph is actually the most recent one, and that's going to be getting closer to the summer sale. So is there pre-selling going on? Absolutely. There is a little bit of pre-selling going on here, which may or may not be due to the summer sale itself, but we can definitely see that, at least on Buff, there are people selling their AK Redlines for a lot cheaper. Now the real question is, how cheap exactly are we going here? If we look, currently people are selling their AK Redlines for as low as 81 RMB, and it can definitely go down to around 75 RMB as well, which is a very good price when you compare to the Steam community market, which in USD is around $12.50, which is actually a whole $5 cheaper than the current prices on the Steam community market for AK Redlines. So if you're looking to buy into them, a Buff purchase is a no-brainer. This is of course provided that you can actually get balance on Buff using just pure USD, which isn't impossible and there are a lot of sellers out there. It just depends on actually getting that balance and working that out. We can confirm that there is a bit of pre-selling going on Buff and that the prices are a lot cheaper than anything you're going to see on the Steam Community Market, so it definitely is the best idea to use Buff over the Steam Community Market. And on another note, if you actually want to go ahead and look at a tutorial for Buff, I do have one on my channel that basically shows you how to set it all up. Don't worry, these low prices will probably continue into the next few days or so there is still definitely a chance for you to go ahead and set this up and actually purchase some Buff balance. So don't fret if you think this video is too late, it's definitely not too late. So to recap, basically people don't really like games too much, they don't really sell skins in order to buy games anymore, which means that the summer sale is not going to be as potent as it was in previous years. People just tend to pre-sell their skins, which we can actually also see happening on Buff, which means the cheapest prices you can possibly get in terms of investing in the summer sale is going to be on Buff itself. Just make sure that you buy balance, which you should be able to do over the next few days or so, as long as you look at the tutorial. Two more quick notes before the video ends. I wanted to go ahead and urge you to also still check out those Dignitas Cologne 2016 stickers. Those are going to be a really good option going forward, as they still have not been manipulated yet. And as we saw in previous years, those tend to be part of a second wave of manipulation or so that happens around the July time and not really around the June time that the previous waves of manipulation happens. To be fair, this year's manipulation wave was about a month later than previous years, despite the same items actually being manipulated, so there could be another month buffer or so for these Dignitas Cologne 2016s. That isn't going to happen in July, maybe it'll happen in August, but there is still going to be a pretty good opportunity there if you want to go ahead and get in on this if they go for a second wave of manipulation. So anyway, go ahead and check those out. Those are probably going to be a really good option. The second thing that I wanted to mention is that Investment Odyssey will be returning for a Season 2. This will be happening by the end of July. The first episode will be up on the channel before the end of this July. Could be sooner, that's just the absolute max latest date, so that will be returning and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. So be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you are excited for that. Also be sure to tell me in the comments if you guys are going to be planning to invest in the summer sale or if you're going to go ahead and skip it and don't really think it's as good as the previous years were. And if you guys already have some good investments, maybe talk about them in the comments as well. And anyway guys, I'll see you next time. Peace. Also be sure to check out the Discord, skin wallets, and the Twitter links in the description below if you want to go ahead and check out my other socials, and if you want to go ahead and support me with the skin wallet. Thanks again guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.